These are cool scales. Bullseye blades, Tonto, very similar to Jason Johnson's baby tooth. Yo, what's up, guys? I know who has notifications on. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. So just out screwing around on Sunday. Was supposed to have a meeting with someone. People talk shit, dude. People always, and it's whatever, but, you know, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm coming over or whatever. And, you know, people, I always try to be, if I say something, I try to do it. Try my best. And, you know, whatever. Oh my God, amazing. So, I don't have a large audience yet, but do you guys prefer knives with scales or without scales? And why? I tend to prefer knives with scales, but then again, also not. It's strange. But like, it just takes a small adjustment, like this knife here. I like this knife a lot because it's a throwing knife, but it looks like a real knife, you know, and it has scales. I just really, really love this design. It's super cool. And it's extremely similar to the Baby Tooth by Jason Johnson. Extremely similar thicknesses, weights, lengths. Actually, the Baby Tooth is a little bit heavier because I think it's almost 7 millimeters thick. Let's try some no spin with this. Ooh, but handle scales, they make a big difference on how your grip is and how the balance point is and your release point and all that stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have Alicia here to moderate for me, so I'm gonna jump back and forth here. Without scales, okay, often make the knife feel too big in my hand. Interesting. Okay, I like this. Giant cold steel folders. Do you have any giant cold steel folders? Like this? This one right here? Yeah, I go back and forth, typically go better consistency without, but the feel of scales for, like, dude, there's advantages and disadvantages, especially like if you're throwing multiple knives into one target, you do not want scales because you're gonna fuck them up eventually, right? But there's something about the feel of scales for me, especially leather. I love leather. G10's great. Plastic, even some of the 3D printed stuff, has a nice little texture to it. I'm a big texture guy. I'm a big feel guy. So, man, I don't know. If I had to say one way or the other, damn, I would probably go scales. Than without. But that's just because I think that I'm primarily a rotational thrower. That's my grassroots. That's where I'm always gonna hang my hat on or stand by, you know. But yeah, but it could also be a challenge as well, especially like, see how thick that is? And those are some good old grip right there for, you know, stabbing and whatnot. So you just gotta have like a workaround. Woo, that fucker's sharp too. Damn, they throw very similar. And scaled knives, you know, I think that you can use that to your advantage in some situations. A little bit more grip there. So like if you were to draw the knife from the sheath and you get a bad grip, you grip it too high or too low, I feel like that added little bit of purchase with your fingers can help adjust along the way rather than just grabbing steel. You know, because each one of these points that's a different reference point, right? So you can kind of grab, oh, I grabbed it high, you know, and also this, even though it's flat, that's flat, but you can still feel the different fastener points, these Chicago screws. Ooh. So the baby tooth has been probably my favorite EDC carrier, like real knife thrower that I've ever had. But there's advantages and disadvantages to throwing something that's sharp. For instance, something that's meant to be sharp and keep a sharp edge is too hard for throwing. Case in point, and this was my fault. I broke the tip off a little bit and I need to regrind it, no big deal. But I believe this knife is held up around 58 Rockwell HRC. So there's a trade-off. You know, throwing knives are meant to be abused badly. So eventually, if you're throwing a knife that's supposed to be sharp, eventually you'll chip it, you'll break it. It is what it is, because the edge gets so small. It goes all the way down into a shaving sharp edge. Throwing knives have a false edge. See it right there? You can see the edge right there. So there's a trade-off. Even though, you know, Jason makes one of the best knives on the market, especially for throwing, you know, throwing and use, but there's a trade-off there. You can't expect this knife to last forever. It just won't, just because it can't. And, you know, Jason's a good friend of mine. I love his work and everything, but it is what it is. You know, it just is what it is. So when you buy something like this and you throw it all the time and you break it, you know, you send it back to Jason and be like, hey, I broke it. I'm like, well, what did you do to it? You know, if you use this for normal knife work, you're never, ever going to break this thing. Batoning, whatever. Throwing a knife is the most destructive thing you can do to it. You're never going to do anything to a knife other than blow it up or run it over the car or something, you know. Oh. And there's just something about, there's just something extra cool about throwing a baby tooth. And I have a saber tooth as well. I much prefer the baby tooth. The saber tooth is damn near this long. It's giant. There's just something cool about throwing something this sharp. And if you get a ricochet, you better take care. Oh, that thing's sick, dude. And then there's just something else about a knife that's profiled and sharpened that it penetrates like no other throwing knife. I mean, you just can't really compare the two. Devastating, for sure. Let me check some comments here. Apologize, guys. I don't have my beautiful moderator here. Scales keep misses quieter. I disagree. So do this for me. Knives that are loud, like there's different steels that make different sounds. The harder steels like S7. S7 is a super steel. It's the loudest steel I've ever heard. One company years ago made all their throwers out of S7. It's the most insanely annoying sound you've ever heard. And then you got the stuff that Patrick Brewster did, the 5NI or whatever the shit. That shit was loud. So do me a favor, if something's loud, that doesn't make sense what you said. Handle scales deaden. They absorb vibration. So an easy way and as a trick for people that are throwing inside, they don't want to make a lot of noise on concrete or whatever, put rubber bands on your knives. You can put them outside of your finger. If you're throwing no spin, you can put them just above it. And you'd be surprised how much quieter your knives are if you put some rubber bands on them. It just absorbs the sound, the shock, the vibration. T1000 behind me. Oh, I got him. I know. Point of failure. Scales equals point of failure. That doesn't make sense. I mean, the scales can break. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I understand that. Spencer's baby tooth has been near the top of my list. It's good, dude. I throw 5.56. No, you don't. Broken tip, ouch. It happens, dude. I threw, so the center of my targets are spools, giant spools. And in the center of those, there's a metal ring. And unfortunately, I penetrated all the way through my target and hit the metal ring. So it was my fault. It wasn't like it just broke. I'm pissed, but it's either edge retention or toughness. It's a trade-off. Exactly, Lewis. You know what's up, dude. What's up, Fuzz? What's going on? Martin, what's going on, dude? Do I prefer spin throws or no spin? Man, that's a tough question, dude. Damn, that's a tough question. I prefer knife throwing. I am a knife thrower through and through. It's hard for me to say, dude, I don't know. But there's also half spin. You didn't include half spin. So like each one of them, I really, really enjoy for a certain reason. Like accuracy, consistency, power, all those things come into, I can't really say, dude. I'm an all-around thrower. I love it all. Sundays are the best days. What's up, dude? How's it going? What's up, Fuzz? It's funny knowing about axes and knives, how purpose-built different our axe specifically are. They shouldn't be thrown, but they are very effectively. Yeah, I agree. Anything can be thrown. Anything with a point can be thrown well, but there are certain things that are made specifically for that purpose. Yes. What's up, fellow Negroes? It's Gay Pride Month, everybody. Celebrate. Woo! Gay Pride. Not just one day, all month. Woo! We're all gay. I think you came after a few days. I used to bounce knives through the kitchen. Cardboard helps, yeah. Talisman Pros. Wow. I have an original Talisman Pro. Actually, no. I have an original Northwind. A Northwind, it's never been thrown, from 2014. I'm keeping a hold of that one. No spin for the win. Is it practical to throw knives from the blade? Yes, it is. I will demonstrate here in a minute. Have I ever thrown a grenade? All the time, dude. I did many tours in Nam, even though I'm only 45 and I didn't live then. I've traveled back in time and I've learned to throw grenades very well. I'm trying to learn no spin, but it's so hard. No spin is the most difficult for sure. Best EDC, dude, that's all personal. That's all personal, dude. But the EDC, like I have knives, you know, Tokyo Spike, Cold Steel, the old one. I've got the 4-inch tie light. I also alternate that out with a 6-inch tie light. I've got the Cold Steel XL. It's all personal preference. But, you know, I always carry, and I can throw all of these, but I also carry this every day. This is my personal carry. 8.5 inches of danger, 3/8 thick, made by your boy here in the comments, Lewis Prince, 80 CRV2, damn near indestructible, amazing knife, knockdown power. It's just personal preference, dude. Like I could tell you whatever and it doesn't really matter. I can just give you my preferences. But let's throw some. So this is the 8.5 inches of danger in 1/4 inch. This one does have the fuller on it. This one's like the commercially made one. These are the professionally made custom ones here by Lewis Prince. Thicker, heavier, more devastating. Leaves a fat ass hole. But I prefer these for just general throwing. These are just super fun and they're light and quick. And I did not forget your question about throwing from the blade. So throwing from the blade is very practical, but it depends on what situation you're talking about. Like for competition, we throw from the blade all the time. If you're talking about like a everyday carry, tactical, combative throw, EDC bullshit, it's not very likely you're gonna pull your knife out and then flip it over from the blade and then throw it. But it's very viable. That was overhand. There's underhand. Oh, blasting my other knives. Blasting them. Makes him look retarded, doesn't it? But yeah, throwing from either end is practical. Especially like, you know, I always thought that the underhand throws were the sneakiest because you can just kind of see me. I'm here talking. You can't really see behind my leg here, and then just fire it off. One of my favorites. Man, for all you knife throwing nerds, I just had an hour-and-a-half phone call with Jack Dagger. Jack Dagger was one of my biggest influences in knife throwing. It was awesome to catch up with him and just talk shop, you know, and hopefully sometime this year, he's going to fly here and hang out with me. And him and his son is really taking up knife throwing, and that's been really cool to see. Following in his dad's footsteps. How fucking rad is that? So hopefully eventually Jack Dagger will be able to come here to my house and we can do some videos together, make a little podcast and whatnot. He was a huge, huge influence to me when I first started throwing. Don't forget to push that knife. Push it. Fuck that bullshit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It just blows me away how many people are interested in the scamp thing. It's just an exotic thing. It's like unobtainable. A guy in Russia did it, you know. And it's always marketed as a combative throw, which I disagree with. You don't do this as a combative throw. You know, if you combative throw, you want to fucking throw that fucker. Whoops. Ugh. Ooh. It's hard for me to get full power here with half spin because I have to flick my wrist so much. Half spin to me, that just means distance. I can gain distance easy. So for me to throw full power like a baseball, I got to back up to at least 6 meters. Because if not, when I'm this close, I really got to use my wrist a whole lot. Whether it's sidearm, like that, or overhand. Ooh. Pretty good. I don't think I'll ever put out a video or a series myself. The danger way, there is no way that I throw. I just throw. It doesn't really make any sense. Pull style, it makes sense if you think about it in this way. It was explained to me this way. If you had a string tied on your finger, you would pull the string. I'd be pushing this way, but pulling it from the camera, right? So that makes sense. But you are still projecting, you're propelling the knife forward with your fingertip. So it is what it is. And it's just another way of understanding knife throwing. So whatever works for you is fine. And I'm glad that Thomas Holtman told me that. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm pulling the knife from here. That makes sense. And they also hold the knife very far down. They kind of pinch it with these two. and use their finger from the very end. And that makes sense, and it kind of works, right? There I am, right there. Like I said, ultimately, it's what works for you. But it's just not, this is not what works in my mind. And plus, when I first started throwing, I learned the absolute push method. Like, there's no other way to describe it. You're not pulling shit, you're pushing it. So I'll try it with these small knives here. I'm just using the knife like this, and I'm pushing forward. You can't get a whole lot of velocity that way, but it's a good way to learn. These are definitely not the best knife to learn this way, but it works with anything. Sorry guys, I'll be intermittently reading the comments. Alicia, is a fling technique? Can you throw the neck knife? Yeah. Definitely push. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's been a big argument in the knife throwing groups forever, but it doesn't really matter. I just like to make fun of it because all the scamp guys always talk about, it's a pull, it's a pull, it's a pull, always. It's like, you know. Okay, so yes, neck knife. I have one. Let me see where I put it. I have two. The one on my neck is sharp, and I carry that daily. And I have another one that I use for practice. It's the exact same thing, and they're so identical that one fits in the other sheath very easily. Now, the one comes with a stupid little paracord, which I have clear lacquer. It's a trick that you use with Japanese swords. All the ito, the wrap on Japanese swords, you can spray it with clear lacquer. It keeps it all tight, and it actually gives you some grip as well. So, yeah, it's identical, just without the wrap. But yeah, I'll throw it a few times. I try to, any knife that I carry, I like to be able to throw it if I need to. Of course, it's, you know, this is all fantasy shit. We're just talking whatever, but. Oh, someone asked me to do this Thursday. Usually our live throws are Thursday, but I did it on Thursday really well. Ooh, underspin. All right. Underspin again. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna dial in. Remember, underspin is better than overspin because it means you're doing the technique correctly. If your knife is flying like this and hitting, it's better than the knife turning too much. Because that, you just need to add more push or start your release sooner or pull sooner, whatever you know. Under again. Wow. Not doing great at the moment. And that's another thing about drawing from wherever, your pockets, your belt, your waistline, whatever. It takes a different, it's just a different thing. Learning how to grab and index correctly, especially with no spin. Grabbing and throwing correctly rotationally is a separate thing, but with no spin, you have to have your finger on there properly. So it takes a whole different practice. Not only do you grab, in that meantime, when you're grabbing and reaching back, you have to get your finger into position properly. Wow. I'm underspinning bad. Like I said, it's gotta There are some times you just gotta point and throw. Other times you want to keep your wrist back, you know? That was good. That felt good. Let's try sidearm. Oh my God. And the other thing about this is it's very, very light. This weighs, if I had to guess, 80 or 90 grams maybe. Actually have a, damn, I'm doing shitty. I have a scale over there, actually. Okay. Let me stick a few. I can't, I swear I'm good at this. There we go. All right, there we go. Had to prove to myself I knew what I'm doing. I have to give myself a little bit more extension cord. My phone was dying before I started this. Okay, any more? Yeah, let's see some questions here. Is that my wrong arm? Things are mirrored, dude. Things are mirrored. That's why you can read that, but you can't read this. You can't read that. Everything's mirrored. I'm right-handed. I'm left-handed, but I'm also right-hand dominant. So I'm throwing right hand most of the time. Tuck it in your hat at toss a knife as you pull your knife. Hey, doesn't make sense. Can I hit the target without looking? Yeah. Commie throwing art. Yes, it's communist. Yes. What's up, dude? Atrocious. Do you like front heavy knives? I can't stand front heavy knives. There's handle heavy, blade, handle, middle balanced, and front heavy. Very, very few people prefer front heavy knives. There's a few people out there. I'm not one of them. They perform very, very differently. Slightly handle heavy or balanced in the middle. And even a dead center balanced knife is not really a thing. The balanced throwing knife thing is one of the biggest myths in all of knife throwing. You don't have to have a balanced knife. Why don't I learn off the ex-military guy that comes on here? He's good. I don't know who you're talking about, dude. Me learn off of an ex, come on. Keep banging in my other knives. It's always funny that people hear military or police or whatever, and they automatically assume someone's good at something. Coolest weatherman. Oh, I learn off of coolest weatherman? He's not ex-military, he's current military. He's a friend of mine. Back her up a little bit. Thanks, man. Exactly. They don't throw knives in. Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah, I see you, Prince. Best throwers are closer to middle of balance. Kinda. It doesn't. It's all personal preference. It comes down to whatever you're used to, right? Is the door made of wood that you're throwing knives at? It's not a, yes, wood, yes. It's not a door, but yes, wood. There we go. That's why I like half spin better. You just hold it right and throw it. The knife does the work, or you know, the grip that you're using does the work, really. I'm not even using a technique. Half spin, holding it from the blade. Ooh, yeah. All right, let's see if I can get some stanky no spin. So that you see my half spin, I can just whip it, dude. There's not a whole lot of skill that I need. I just hold it right and it goes out of my hand. But for no spin, there's a lot of technique that comes into play. Yeah, no spin, you can do about anything. I had to look up the name Proton, front heavy, ever thrown it. I'm not familiar with the Proton. Very confused. He's not giving away a free door. How does the knife throwing relate? Maybe I missed it already. Sorry, silly wabbit. I have no idea what you're talking about. Did I say anything about a free door or free anything? All right, no spin. Oh. Ooh, that was a good one. Ooh, those last two were sick. It takes me a minute. Let's do a little walk back. Ow! Ooh, yeah. Let's do a walk back. You guys are at 7 meters. I'm gonna start here at 3 meters, which is 10 feet. That was gay. That was for Gay Pride Month. Oh! Gayness in the anus. All right, let's try some more here. Oh. I mean, I stuck them all, but you want them straight. Let's try some sidearm, shall we? Ooh, beautiful. Oh! Call that a redo. Gay. Shit. I think I just had one go underneath my couch. Oh, damn. All right, uno momento. There it is. Okay. I actually started off, I learned no spin the right way with the proper grip. I learned sidearm, so. Oh, damn, I about slipped and fell down. It's terrible. Whenever you're picking up a drop knife, it's a good exercise to pick it up from wherever you're at and just give it a nice toss. Up close, you can't extend yourself. You got to snap, you know, your wrist, whatever. But it helps you learn. Oh, that was terrible. How to control the knife. Just simple little exercises that can help you along the way. That's how I learned underhand knife throwing. Pick up a knife wherever it falls and just give it a toss. But the person earlier that asked me spin, no spin, rotational is always going to be the most accurate. I don't care. I will die on that hill. Come at me, bro. All right, I'm going to go through some comments. I apologize. How long did it take me to develop my talent? I'm not sure where my talent started, but I've been throwing for 13 years straight. Is it possible to throw two at once like a video game? Yes, yes, there it is. Can I show the grip? Yes, I'll do that both right now. And I apologize. Usually my girlfriend is sitting here and she tells me all the pertinent information, the questions that you guys have. But yes, two at once and grip. I can show you both that. So knives that aren't too thick, see my fingers right there in the middle of both. There's a lot of different ways of gripping the knife. Open hand grip like this, where your fingertip is the only thing that matters. Your fingertip is the only thing that matters for canceling, retarding the spin. So closed hand grip I think is a little bit more advanced, but you got to get the knives out of your hand, and this creates a barrel. That right there, they shoot out of your hand like a barrel, like putting a rock in a tube. But yes, two at once. Oh. Hit my other knife. It's pretty fun. Three at once is even more difficult because your finger doesn't get proper, it doesn't touch all the other ones like you would want to. I mean, you can get lucky every once in a while, but three is, it's tough. The middle one tends to go rogue. Let's try three at once. Yeah, see, it's two. Two usually stick. It can be done. Yeah. Now, rotationally throwing, that's a whole different thing. Let's try two. Two. That's weird. Two. Not bad. As long as you have your fingertip on both and you have the same consistent grip, it's not that difficult. Woo! Okay. Smaller knives are more dangerous because they ricochet further than heavier throwers. Thanks, Spencer. Yes, yes. Especially like the reason why there's rules for competition where they have to be a certain length or weight. That's meant for, back in the day, all the throwing knives that you see were novelty items. They were not real throwing knives. They were made out of super thin, small, cheap stainless steel. And they they're basically springs. They can ricochet back at you just as fast as you threw them at the target. And they're very dangerous. So they made those rules so no one shows up at a competition and throws something dangerous. Now, at my throw, Danger Fest, I'll allow you to throw anything as long as it's not like out of the realm of like being safe. If you can throw it, show up, throw safe, you're all good. I don't care. Try using farm nails. Yeah, dude, I have, I've thrown it. If you name something, I've thrown it, dude. Do I recommend throwing knives? I recommend many people's throwing knives. I do have my own designs. You can find all of my designs at delta2alpha.com. All of my designs are on there, but there's many other places to get custom throwing knives, such as Print Steel Knives, Nobody Knife Works, Zatoon, Bullseye Blades, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many different knife makers out there. You can also go to Amazon and get cheap ones if you want. I'd rather die on a hill than in a ditch. I like that. Can I throw underhanded? I think I've already demonstrated that. What's your least favorite nice? Least favorite nice? My least favorite knife, I don't really have a least favorite knife, just shitty ones. Gas station knives. Anytime you go to a gas station, they got the little thing on the turret, don't buy those. Those are stupid. Those are for fucking criminals. They're gonna go stab someone on the street for stealing their aluminum cans because they're homeless or something. But yeah, underhand. Underhand half spin. Underhand one spin. Underhand, oh, no spin. Again, underhand half, underhand one. Ah! Yeah, underhand is my jam, son. Now, those that you see a guy throwing like this, you know, he throws however he does it. Oh. Oh. How do I do it? Oh, there's one. It may look cool to you, but there's no power there. There's no accuracy. Here, let me throw on my fast draw rig. Maybe I can demonstrate it better. No, dude, it's not my style for sure. I mean, why would you throw that way? Because you have to throw a rotation that way. And to throw a rotation, you got to have your distance down, or you got to be able to manipulate it. And you cannot manipulate your blade that way very well that way. So the better way of doing things is just throw it no spin, because it doesn't matter your distance. Right? He made that sign for a reason. What's up, Jamie? Drop leg, sheath, you know, I got them all, baby. Yeah, man, it's just, throwing is difficult. So the more time you put in, the more reward you're gonna get, you know. Nail a can. I will. backhand's not my best right now for sure. Okay, someone said a can. I've been wanting to try a can anyway. So let's get her done. Can shot. Let's move a little closer so you can see better. Be about here, about 4 meters. Ooh. Need to work on my underhand nose spin more. It's a really cool throw. Just haven't been practicing it a whole lot. There's so much to practice. There's so many things. That's what I love about knife throwing. Okay, I'm throwing. So when I throw fast, I throw more sidearm. So the can's coming this way, and I throw sidearm, so they have to meet here. So if you throw overhand and the can's falling this way, it's easier for them to fall together. But it's just how I throw, so. Because it just takes longer to draw your hand over the top. I mean, if I was gonna start right here, ooh, that was close. Very different than throwing from the sheath, because I'm already drawing from here, and I have to shorten my, just get it as fast as possible. Let's do one more overhand so you can kind of see. Ooh. Dented it. A little low. So it's interesting, I'm throwing to the right now. Oh. Still to the right. One day maybe AI can help track all this data. That'd be cool. To see angles and hits and misses and stuff, that'd be rad. Oh, that was terrible. All right, I'm gonna try from the sheath again. Ooh. So, it was good timing, just off and low. You can learn a lot from your mistakes if you pay attention. Oh, that was close. And that one was more overhand, I think. Straight through. So I went through the can. Let me grab a piece of duct tape so I can continue using this can, because I already got wood chips in it for weight. Come on. Ow. Got wood chips in there. Ooh. Excuse me. Come on, man. Oh. Well, it's just one of them things. Oh. Drawing and throwing from the sheath is very different than holding the knife here at the ready. This is much easier because you have to draw, pull back, and throw in one motion. It's close. And ultimately, this is just an exercise to get you good at tracking. You know, sticking the can is great, but tracking the can is ultimately what you're trying to do. And also keep in mind, knife throwing is the most difficult accuracy sport in the world. You're not throwing well, you're not throwing a projectile comes out of a apparatus, like a gun, bow, slingshot, whatever. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Dude. Another cool thing about throwing at cans and stuff like this is you're not thinking about throwing your knife. Your muscle memory just takes over and it does it. I'll get it eventually. Damn, that was a perfect throw though. I mean, minus me hitting it. Come on. You fucking suck. He's just throwing at cans. Ugh. All right, this is starting to get embarrassing. Right after this, I'm gonna switch over to my fucking fast draw rig. All right. Through the mouth. It's pretty interesting how many, people that do this all the time, it's interesting to see how many times it actually comes out the mouth. It happens a lot. Ooh. Almost 2 in a row. Okay, let me switch. I'm interested to see how quickly I get it rotationally. So let's switch over to my other fast draw rig. And hopefully I can do it a little quicker than last time. That took me a little too long, didn't it? Okay, this is my original kit, my original rig. Oh. Quite a bit different knives here. This is the, oh my God. Let's try it again. This is the Bullseye Seeker by Bill Page. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You are right, Bob. Yeah, anybody wants to talk shit, you're welcome to come, try me out, dude. Try me out. I bet $1,000 versus any of you motherfuckers watching right now. $1,000. Oh. Oh, I split the top off. Check this out. Let me load up a different can here. Now I'm just taking little pieces of wood, putting them in there so it's a little easier to toss the can. You don't need to, especially indoors like I am. But I need all the help I can get. What the fuck? Fuck that can up. Oops. I like to throw a new can. Fuck. All right, let's try an empty can. That one's fucking me up. Empty can throws differently. What the fuck? Hit the lip of it. Ah. Some people are really good at hitting the empty ones, man. I like to add a little weight. Oh! Hit the lip again. Ooh. All right, one more, then we'll screw around with some other shit. Oh! Oh, that was an interesting one. Ah! Oh, fucked it up too. All right, like I said, one more. Uno más. Uno más. Dented it. Damn it. There we go. All right. All right, let's go back to screwing around and answering questions and talking shit. I'm not bent, am I? I'm not sure if that's like Cockney fucking favorite hawk to throw. It's the one I just bought. This is actually my first set of Tomahawks, custom set. I've had many sets of Norse hawks, but this one right here is my favorite. Amazing. Offset knives, Larry Mayer. But yeah, let's move back a little bit and let's throw some differences with hawks. I don't usually throw hawks during the live stream. Where did that go? Okay. Give me a quick second here, boys. Kids, whoever you are. I gotta plug in my vape, my robot dick. Get in my mouth. All right. a little bit close, but they're still hitting bullseyes. I need to back up the camera just a little bit for my two-spin. Let me get the old wheelchair out of the way. Ooh, how many people want to see me throw out of a wheelchair? Want to see me throw out of a wheelchair, hit bullseyes and shit? Oh shit. Tomahawks are much easier than knives, in my opinion. They have a much bigger for a chance of a stick because you can stick a tomahawk from here, you know, there, all the way to here, to where the handle would hit here. So damn near 180 degrees, give or take. Yeah, about 180 degrees. Also make a very cool sound when they're flying through the air. You guys probably can't hear that, but who said they want to see me throw from a fucking wheelchair? I'm in Oklahoma. I know I'm in Indiana. Are straight people allowed to throw? Nope, gay only, dude. Only us gays. Wheelchairs are fun. Okay. Not only am I gonna throw from the wheelchair, I'm gonna throw from a wheelie, bitch. Wheelie, wheelie. Wheelie, wheelie hard. I've never done this from this far, so we're gonna learn together. Ooh, shit. Oh, okay. All right, I got it. Hold on. I can't follow through like I normally should, so I'm using all my arm. Perfect bullseye, bitch. Yeah. It actually felt pretty good. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Wrecked him. Damn near killed him. Don't forget it's Gay Pride Month, so you know. Try it out, you never know. Ooh. Not bad. Oh. Manual. Oh shit. You about saw me eat shit. All right, I got something to try. So I'm trying to get Steve-O from Jackass. He's going to be in Fort Wayne, Indiana next week. Not this week, following week, the 10th of June. And I'm trying to get him to come over here because I want to do a stunt with him. And whatever stunt we want to do is whatever. We'll decide that whenever time comes, but let's try one. The one that I kind of want to do is this. So obviously I'm not going to do it from this far when Steve-O's here. I'm going to do it a lot closer. But let's see if we can do it from 2 rotations, right? And the can is about this far from the target. So pinning it, like pushing it and pinning it to the target is very, very difficult. So I'm just trying to hit it. But this is the first time I've ever done it this far. Let's see if we can get it. Let's try not to hit the dude straight in the face. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. So the human was unscathed. Very, very scary, very scary. Ah, fuck, he's dead. All right, let's try it again. That's why we use mannequins, folks. That's why we use mannequins. Don't show this to Steve-O. Up close, I can do it damn near first try every time. But, dude, honestly, the blade probably wouldn't have hit. It probably wouldn't have like this and then skipped off of his head. So calm down. It wouldn't have been the blade. It just would have hurt really bad. All right, here we go. Wow, that's a different, all right, I don't think I'm at the right distance either. I'm kind of guessing. Chipped off my target. Oh, there it is, damn. All right, then we're gonna, this is difficult because the angle is very different this far. So, so I'm still, okay, I got my distance wrong. Sidearm's different than overhand. So let me just, I gotta figure that out first. The first throw I did I thought was good. Maybe I don't know. Okay, I'm right. Oh, fuck. Man, that's a very different throw from back there. So it's hitting. I am confused right now. Huh. Where did this string come from? Come on. All right, let me. I was trying to show off from far. I gotta dial that in. I can't really do that right now proficiently. Let's just go up front. Let's go close. And when Steve-O shows up, I'm gonna have a lot less beers than I've had now. Like 3 or 4 less. See, very different from this close. Ooh, that one got a good. Ooh. Oh, check this out. Hee hee hee. Yeah. Oh man, that's close, huh? Oh! Yo! Yeah. Talk about split your fucking wig open. Look at that shit. All right, one more, just to prove my point. Nobody's getting scalped from almost 20 feet, maybe, but not from here. Oh, just high. I'd rather be high than low, though, you know? Also, it helps not to throw like a pussy. Bitch. Woo! That's close. Damn. It's really hard to pin it. Like I said, because it's a good 10, almost 12 inches away from the target. But as far as like doing stunts and stuff, I think this one's pretty safe, regardless of what you think that's watching. The sidearm I need to do because if I hit this way and I underspun, the Tomahawk's going to hit his face. So I have to throw sidearm. His fucking arm came off, man! It's attached. It's fine. He's a cyborg. All right, one more stunt. Let's do something, right? Let's fucking do some more mannequin stuff. Gotta grab it right here. Oh shit, his leg. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, come on. There we go. You gotta grab him right here. That's how you move him. All right, let's get my other mannequin. And this one has articulating arms a little bit. So we can practice another trick shot. Put his arm out. Oh shit, how do I make the, I think there's a way to make the arm stay. Excuse me, somehow. Oh, there we go, shit. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. All right. Not gonna do this one Tomahawks, but oh, we got some comments going on. All right. Last stream douchebag. Thanks, Spencer. I have a third leg. Wait, am I disrespecting people? Oh man, am I missing talking shit in the comments? Damn it, I missed it. I love people that have no skills, that like to get on other people's comments and just be like, boo, boo, boo. My life sucks, so I have to project that onto you. Because I come from a shitty gene pool. All right, let's do fast draw can. What do you think? Woo! Hold it, hold it, hold it. I think the little bastard's scared. Get some. My bullets are faster. Ugh. I love comments from the interwebs. Aren't they great? Ugh, my 5.56. Ugh. Ooh. You don't want to go low. I don't want to take off anybody's fingers. Don't, that's a flesh wound. Calm down. Fuck. Hey, I need volunteers. Come on over here. Hold this can for me. Don't be a pussy. Are we talking about disabilities? Come on, man. I did the whole wheelchair thing to show people that they can throw from a wheelchair. But, you know, if you want to take it the wrong way, then take it the wrong way. Fuck you. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you at the regular time Thursday. We're doing a giveaway this week, $100 giveaway to delta2alpha.com. Thanks for all the reoccurring viewers. Appreciate you all. See you on the next one. Peace.